Dinesh Irani. I'm a PM in the project delivery department of Hydro One, so I'm the project manager for this job. We got Infravision in specifically to support with the stringing activity. We had to go with some sort of an aerial solution. So what Infravision is doing here is supporting with flying out the pilot line for the stringing between our 3 new 4-circuit towers. There is a lot of elevation change in this area for those 2 spans or the 3 towers, and that's where the aerial stringing with the drone really came into play.
I'm Walter Heenahan, and I'm the Director of Helicopter Services at Hydro One. And in addition to the helicopter operation, I also am responsible for our Remote Pilot Aviation System, RPAS, or drone program. There's a strong desire within Hydro to look at innovative, modern work methods, and the notion of using drones to facilitate stringing is very appealing. And for this location in the heart of urban Toronto, alongside a very busy thoroughfare, having a helicopter operation here would generate an awful lot of bystander concern, a lot of activity. The regulatory oversight would have been challenging, so we thought it was worth trying a different work method. So that's why Infravision is here today.
Aircraft armed.
The corridor that we're working in, it's one of the most critical corridors in the city. So this is 230 kilovolts coming through here on these 3 sort of tower lines. With that, outages was a huge concern.
There you go.
Towers, Matty.
We weren't able to get any sort of double circuit outage on this corridor, which meant that there was a lot of sort of phasing, jumping between different sort of tasks to make sure that we can accommodate the construction activities with just a single circuit outage at a time. So with that, having the drone available to us, it definitely helped in terms of coordination between the flights and the crews on the ground and the pulling activities that had to happen, and it allowed us to find some efficiencies in a sense of just pushing this project along faster and faster.
You know, I saw when we pulled that last pull, the traffic was stopped for about 4.5 minutes, right? The drone did the pull, went on to the next tower. If we're doing that by helicopter, it's going to be at 10 times the level of activity. So just crowd control, managing the noise level here, managing the excitement level. I mean, I think using drones is a real bonus in that regard. We're building a lot of lines at Hydro, a lot of new, I think there's 9 transmission lines that are on the books, but most of that work is being done by suppliers. But if this technique that we've used and demonstrated this week works for us, perhaps we can get our suppliers that are building these other transmission lines to consider that technique moving forward, and we can just have a bigger, safer footprint for this type of work in the future.
Disarm confirmed.
It's a really comforting feeling, you know, like just when we have these external groups that are coming out, like Infravision, having that clear communication between the different construction groups, and especially in a project like this where there's different locations that are somewhat spread out, it really has helped the project push along, and it's a huge plus. It's a huge plus for the project.
Spinning blades.
Road traffic is clear on southbound.
So my name is Braden Hamilton Greer. I am a 3rd-year lines apprentice here with TX Lines at Hydro One.
A beam. 3, 2, 1. Attention.
This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and I've been blessed to be a part of this experience. And I definitely think I see the application in the future for this, big time. Well, I thought the drone was actually going to be a lot bigger, and we were shocked to see the power of such a small piece of machinery and how it can basically pull a rope from such a far distance and not have any issues whatsoever. and just be able to land the small tiny P line into those travelers under windy conditions, lots of communication, several different crews working together. It was quite an operation.
My name's Brendan Dickey and I'm a lineman here for Hydro One. It's been pretty cool, yeah. I mean, never done anything like this, never seen anything like this. We communicate really well with each other and we're working well with each other. Yeah, once we got things rolling, we were able to get wire pulled out and then fly another line in, which sped up the process for sure.
You know, there's an old Air Force phrase, well, what's the key to air power? You know, when I was in staff school 1,000 years ago, I was an Air Force officer, and I used to work for a colonel, and he would always say to me, go, Walter, what's the key to air power? And I would look at him and I'd say, Herm, flexibility. Flexibility is the key to air power, and we got to go with the flow. And whether it's drone operation or a helicopter operation, you've got to keep that mantra that flexibility is the key to air power, and air power is important to winning the war.
For us to stay competitive, we do have to look into more innovative solutions for things, and especially when it comes to safety, right? Like we want to really be a front runners in safe work practices across North America in general. So the industry it's small in a sense, and Hydro One has a big foot in it. You know, there's a lot of different companies out there, utilities that look at Hydro One, what we're doing, and this just shows you why, right? Like we're stepping past the boundaries to really get some things done here. I'm immensely proud, mate. It's a great thing. It's a great thing to see, and we're progressing in a path that's going to result in something that the customer's going to be happy with, which will also obviously cascade into Hydro One's abilities. So it's going to help the company. I'm immensely proud with how we're progressing in this one, and I'm going to be very glad to see it all done.